Good morning. This is November the 4th, or Election Day plus one. Election is over. They're counting the ballots. We may not know the results for a day or so, maybe. Don't know. But I think we have to realize that for some months now, we have been dividing up sides, Democrats and Republicans, supporters of President Trump, supporters of Vice President Biden. We thought our guy would win. Maybe your guy did win. I don't know. We talked about this being an election like no other. And I'm not a political historian, so maybe that's true. I have to admit, though, that driving over to Wichita this morning from Hutch, everything seemed pretty normal. Cars were on the road. People were obeying the speed limit, more or less. Farmland looked great. Winter wheat has been out. It's starting to turn a little green. So, what changed? Well, don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. But I think what we may need to contemplate is that you and I, as Christians, as followers of Christ, who, if you were in church last Sunday or attended online, probably renewed your baptismal vows, which is something that's often done on the Feast of All Saints, we were reminded that we have an allegiance that transcends Democrats and Republicans. We have an allegiance that transcends the political process. We have allegiances not to our candidates or to our political leaders, but to the risen Christ. And I think now that the election is over, we need to make an extra effort to show the world that we are not poor losers, or that we are not bragging winners, but that we are Christians, and that we need to say that in spite of whatever happens, we still believe in forgiveness, we believe in love, we believe in tolerance, we believe that all men and women are created in the image of God and are worthy of that dignity. We believe that we are called to share this message with the world in ways great and small. We are called to remember that, as St. Paul says, our citizenship is in heaven. And so while we involve ourselves now in the political process of the United States day to day, while we will celebrate if our candidate wins and commiserate if our candidate loses, nevertheless, Christ is calling us to something beyond that. He is calling us something that transcends this. My father-in-law, retired Army officer, wonderful Christian gentleman, had his favorite passage in the Bible, and he was a Bible reader and church goer to the end of his life, was from the book of Micah in the Old Testament, one of the minor prophets. And it's Micah 6:8, which a lot of people like. And it says, "He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God." Justice, kindness, a humble relationship with God. Maybe we need to take this out into the streets. Let us seek justice for all men and women. Let us deal kindly with all men and women. Let us try to find the Christian way and not my way of relating to the world and the people in it. The world this morning, after the election, looked pretty much the way it did yesterday morning before the election. What it will look like a year from now, we don't know. But I think if we begin to live into our Christian calling, I think that it will look different. We will be reaching out to each other in one way or another, to share our love and compassion with each other in some way, to reach across the aisle to those who disagree with us and embrace them, learning to forgive those who we think have wronged us and may indeed who have, to live into all those Beatitudes that we saw last Sunday from the Sermon on the Mount. For we are more than Democrats. We are more than Republicans. We are Christians. And we follow the risen Christ. And he expects us and calls us to live into what that means. To do justice, to love kindness, to walk humbly with your God. Let's try being Christians now for a while. I think we may see a big change. You have a great day, and God bless you.